Alright guys, so let's kind of review what we talked about yesterday. So I have the definition, the book definition of what we're going to work with for manifest destiny. So in your own words, what would be possibly the main idea of manifest destiny? Thank you for raising your hand, gentlemen. Mr.
Spreading Christianity from one side of the continent to the other and making it to the
Yes, okay, spreading Christianity from one end, New York City, to say LA, everything in between. So Christianity, what else were they going to spread? Yes, sir.
The land? How big for the land?
Yeah, we're going to expand our land territory. Absolutely. What else?
Christianity?
Christianity. Anything else? That's pretty good. Okay, we're going to expand our ideas as in Americans. Culture. Very good. Absolutely. And Christianity. Okay. So the idea of manifest destiny. It's pretty. It's a good lofty goal to want to own all of this land. Okay, we're here, but we're expanding all here. Okay, that makes sense. But what are the issues? What are we going to face? Maybe in the middle here. Yes, sir.
Well, you got the Rocky Mountains.
Rocky Mountains,
You
yeah.
got some bad old Indian tribes.
Yeah, Native American
Got
tribes.
big old rivers.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of things blocking.
Probably
Okay.
weather.
Weather, yeah. Okay, so for the folks on the Oregon Trail, that's what they're going to face. Okay, the Rocky Mountains, Native Americans. Okay, but diseases, yeah, like Oregon Trail, you died of dysentery. There's a lot of things in the way. Okay, primarily the Native Americans that live there. Okay, so I think that's good. I think you guys got a good understanding of what manifest destiny is. Okay, what was that word we used at the beginning of class up here? It said that we kind of deserve. Hannah.
Entitlement?
Entitlement. That we're entitled. What does entitled mean? What's another word for entitled?
Deserve or like,
Yeah.
you like gain? Or
Gain, deserve, yeah. Earned. Okay, so all these are good. Okay, we deserve. We're entitled to be from one end of North America all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Good. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to analyze this picture. So this painting, and I'm not a fancy art aficionado. I'm not a real deep thinker about art, okay? But this one is pretty cool. Okay, it's something that even me as a simple art fan can understand. Okay, so this painting, I'm going to turn down the light so you can see a little better. It's called American Progress. Okay, so according to this picture, what does American Progress maybe look like to you?
The Lord is leading them to
Yeah,
the place.
somewhere.
Place
Yeah.
of promise.
All right, where? What else do y'all see?
An angel.
Angel? Yep.
To the promised land.
To the Promised Land. Okay, where do you think Promised Land is?
Heaven.
Heaven?
No,
Oregon. No.
Oregon, yeah, somewhere out west, okay?
Heaven.
So,
That's the real problem.
that is the real Promised Land, yes, sir. Okay, so what I'm handing you, we're going to dive into this painting a little bit more. So everybody's going to get this graphic organizer with some questions on it, okay? So, you'll end up filling out this. Now, don't quite get into it yet. We'll fill this out. And then we will discuss. And your objective is going to be on the back of this. You're going to end up writing a paragraph or two in typed format about this painting, okay? The two different views of this painting. So everybody should be on the front, that graphic organizer. It says analyzing a painting better understand manifest destiny, okay? So let's go through this a little bit, dig into it, kind of understand where we're at, okay? So we're going to call this lady right here, Lady Liberty. She represents America, okay? So we have these American ideals. So let's look at that first question, okay? It says, list the people in this painting. So look up here. We have two different sides. Who are some of our people that we see in here? Allison, who do you see in here? What's one person or group of people? Yeah, you see Indians, okay? Which side? They on the left side or the right side? Yeah, most of the left. Okay, they're all basically over here. Who else do we see?
Farmers?
Yeah, we see farmers, okay? So that would represent Americans. We have Americans, Native Americans. Is anybody else in here? Yes, ma'am.
That family on the trail there?
Right, this group right here?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's a family.
Yeah, they could be a family. That's absolutely right, okay? We know on the Oregon Trail, like the Donner Party, it was mostly families that were going, that were going out west, okay? So, and then of course we have Lady Liberty here, excuse me, right in the center of the painting, okay? So, next one. And you can fill this out as we go. List the objects, okay? So what objects do we have? So objects means something that's not living. What's one? We have our wagon here, okay? We've got a wagon. Bam.
I think those are the telegraph thingies.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. This pre-telephone is a telegraph. That machine goes. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You could send a message. That's an impressive impression too. From anywhere in the United States on this telegraph line. What other objects do we have, Erica? What's another object you see in here?
Oh yeah, there's the train.
Train, right here. Okay. We've got trains. Absolutely. Okay.
Is
There's
that
a
a train?
Yeah, it's a train
No,
down here. We've got
is
two
that
lines
a
of
train?
railroad trains. Yes, ma'am. What else we have? Huh?
Boat.
Boats. Oh,
What?
yes, along the river.
Boats.
Okay. Are these canoes?
No.
Steamboats.
They're steamboats. Very good. Okay, steam-powered ships. What other objects do we have, Mr. Gilmore?
Fields of palm trees.
Fields and fields. Okay, so this kind of represents the West. Okay. What's you would say the number one job in someone working out west? Say it. Go ahead.
Farmers.
Farmers, agriculture, good, okay? There's a lot more objects. I want you to think about it and go back yourself, okay? So, I want you to fill out the rest of this graphic organizer, okay? So on the top, it says list the things. And then on the bottom, okay, it says what do you notice? So this is the part in which you're going to analyze. I'm not going to give you the answers quite yet, okay? But I want you to analyze and think what this means, okay? There's a clear message here. So you can maybe notice right versus the left, okay? So, work on that. I'll give you about 4 or 5 minutes to fill out that graphic organizer, okay? We're starting. Yes, ma'am.
Is that a deer kind of below the farm?
Yes, okay, we've got a deer here, there's a bunch of animals, okay?
Is that's not, those ain't cows, are they?
Wait, no, that's an ox,
Okay,
okay?
that's what I thought, I knew it.
Yeah, an ox is a working animal, okay? So notice, and we've got a bear down here, he's hard to see, but
That's a
then,
bear.
yeah, that's a
Where
bear
are
right
they? Are they
there.
buffalo up there?
Okay, good. Keep going.
There's a dog. There's 2 dogs, yeah. Next to the Indian.
here,
And that,
there,
I know that's a
that's a
dog.
dog. Dog or, yeah, it's a dog.
It looks like a dog, or it could be a little horsey,
A
but.
little horse, yeah, I think it's a dog.
I think it
I think
is.
it's a, can't tell what that, but this is certainly a dog. and
Whatever.
That might be a coyote,
That's
but,
smoke.
or a fox, but that's a dog.
It's like a little person.
You need to get up there and look at it a little bit closer, you can.
There's fish in that river.
You got better eyes than I do then.
I was gonna say, I couldn't even see the boats.
Yeah, we can see sails, yeah.
I bet those fishes.
See a fish jumping right there.
Alright guys, make sure you're doing both, just the, on both lines of the graphic organizer, okay? So it says, what do you notice about the people, the objects, the animals, and the colors, okay? So what do you notice? Do your best to look into this, analyze this, and then hold off on the questions. I'm gonna let you work on the questions here in just a minute. Okay, about 40 seconds left. Alright, so let's talk a little bit. Alright, so where we left off with was list the objects. So we need to list some of the animals. We talked about that. So let's see here. Tyler, Dan, give me an animal or two that you see in this painting.
Dogs.
Yeah, we got dogs down here in the corner reading. Yeah, we got oxen down here working in the fields. Riddle.
Bear.
Yeah, we've got a bear over here on the Native American side. Mr. Coon. Yeah, we got buffalo. Anything else, guys? Go ahead and shout them out.
Horses.
Horses.
Deer.
And a deer. Yeah, I forgot about the old deer there. Okay, good. Let's look at the colors here. Okay. What are some of the big themes of the color, Erica?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, we've got our fields of yellow.
And like the sun's kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So which side of is the sun on?
Right.
The right side. And it's kind of darker over here. Okay. What else?
Because it's brown.
Yeah, we got brown over. You talking about this area?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. So what of our? Let's talk about this. What are our two? If we have a dark side and a light side, our two contrasting ideas. Which side is going to be the light side, the good side? The American side. Okay. Now this is. I'm not saying this is right, but this was the mindset. Okay. In the 1840s, like this guy up here. Mr. John O'Sullivan, that's what we read yesterday. It said, it is America's manifest destiny to overspread and to possess the whole of the continent, which providence, which means like destiny, has given us, okay? And that destiny, who gave us that right to, or that entitlement to go everywhere? Carter?
God.
God, yes, very good, okay? So, we have the right side, the light side, the sunny side, and that represents who?
Americans.
Americans. Tell me about the this side over here. Someone raise their hand. Tell me.
They're not. Everybody's like Indian.
Okay, Indians, and what's the color here?
Dark.
Dark, okay. So this is, this is not how we want to think today, but this was the mindset, okay? That God's given the Americans, not the Native Americans, this destiny to spread, okay, all the way to the Pacific Ocean, expand that way. So, bottom left-hand corner, so it says, what do you notice about the people? Okay, we've listed the people, so what do you notice?
They're running.
They're running. Who's running? Yeah,
Those are running.
yeah.
Those are running.
Who's those?
Indians.
Indians. The Native Americans are running. Who do you think they're running from?
Us.
Americans. Okay? Lady Liberty's coming in with her Americans, and the Native Americans are running as fast as they can. What else do you notice?
They're moving west.
Yeah, they are moving west. Very good point. Okay, left is west. Good. What else? Okay, let's talk about the people. How are they dressed?
With.
What can you?
All the time, they're warm.
It's warm clothes.
Okay, it's warm clothes. Yeah, it might be. So, yeah, the Native Americans, it might be hard to see, but they don't have shirts on. What about Americans? They're fully clothed. What do you think that insinuates or infers about Native Americans versus Americans, according to this painting?
They're not civilized.
That Americans are wealthy. I think I heard it here. What'd you say?
That they're not civilized.
Yeah, the natives aren't civilized. Okay, very good. That's exactly what that's insinuating. What do you notice about the objects? Okay, second one on the bottom. So we have objects. We've said the trains, the boats, the wagons. Who has these things?
Americans.
Americans. What kind of objects do Native Americans have? Horse. Okay, that's, now remember, objects like an inanimate thing, okay? So, objects. Has anybody seen objects that Native Americans have?
Some kind of stick.
Spears.
Okay, they have spears. I see that looks either a spear or a bow and arrow. And this, it's like a sled, okay? So they didn't have wagons, okay? A wheel. Okay, this was good technology back then, okay? The wheel with an axle. They were just dragging their things along, okay? So that's a sled. So what can you infer about Native Americans versus Americans in terms of objects? Emily, what do you think? Can you infer about the objects?
Americans have a lot more.
We have a lot more. Do you think that they're probably saying it's better too?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got the best technology. They don't have hardly anything, and they're still using sleds. Okay? And what do you notice about the animals? Now, this one's a little bit tricky.
I have a question. What
Sure.
is the Lady Liberty holding?
Okay, so she has here the telegraph, and I'm assuming, what do you think is going to be in her hands?
Bible.
The Bible, okay? So, that's a good question. So, what can you infer about the animals? Now, think about this. What kind of animals we have, or Americans have, versus Native Americans? So think here. So what kind of animals do we have, Creed? Name a couple.
Ox.
Yeah, ox. Okay, it's a working. What else?
Horses.
Horses. So it is versus the animals of the Native Americans. So we have what? Buffalo and a bear. What's the differences in these animals?
They're peaceful and not.
They're
One
more
can
wild.
eat the other, possibly.
They're more wild.
Yeah, we have wild animals versus, what's the term for tame or domesticated? Good, okay? So, that's saying something clear there. We have these, now horses aren't even native to the United States. The Spanish brought them, okay? So we have these tamed animals that are here for work, okay? Versus the buffalo and bear, which are wild beasts, okay? So, what I want you to do, we've got 5, 10, 15, about 15 minutes left. I want you to quickly answer these 3 questions on the bottom, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And we'll talk about them. John O'Sullivan's quote is up there, okay?
Is that
On number 3, okay?
our class definition?
It's pretty much the same thing, okay? We gave the definition yesterday on that piece of paper.
Really bad.
I was doing a test yesterday during that. That's the whole definition.
That's the first one I ever made a C in science.
You get it next time. Alright guys, let's talk about this, okay? Number 2, what might be the painter's message in this, and how do you know? Carter, what do you think the painter's message is?
Is that America is better because they're on the bright side?
Oh, that's perfect. Anything else? Anybody want to expand on that? But yeah, you're spot on. America's better. What else?
Americans need to move west because Lady Liberty is guiding.
Oh, very good, okay? And guys, how do you know that you're both spot on. How do you know that's the message?
Because there's an angel there.
There's an angel. Okay, Lady Liberty's guiding him, okay? Good. Number 3, how does the painting relate to O'Sullivan's quote on Manifest Destiny, okay? Bree, what do you think? Yeah, okay, they're both showing that the Americans have the power, that we should go there, okay? What else? Riddle.
The Americans have deserved to move west.
We deserve to, okay? We've got all these, got so much better things. We're going to bring democracy, farming, okay? We're going to tame the wild, and we deserve, and God's given us the right to move west. Let's go to number 4, okay? So Manifest Destiny, you know pretty much the definition of what we've been working with. How does the painting add to the definition? How does it add to the definition? Jesse, what do you think? How does this painting add to the definition of Manifest Destiny? What do you think? How it improves or backs it up?
I think it backs it up because it said, basically the painting is saying the land was given to us.
Yeah, good.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's contradict mean? Like,
Contradict. What's contradict mean?
is it like this?
It's like kind of like the opposite. Okay. So let's look at that. How does it says how does this painting distract or contradict the definition of manifest? So how's it the opposite?
Maybe because like in the quote it doesn't say that we're better than them, but in the picture it clearly shows that
Yeah, that's absolutely okay. It doesn't say that we're better than the Native Americans. It might insinuate that, but in here it clearly looks like it says that Americans are superior than Native Americans. Okay? So, flip it on the back, okay? I've got your prompt here, okay? So everybody back of your page. Okay, this is our last thing that we're going to do. Should have about 10 minutes or so to finish this. It says, in one paragraph, so this is going to be our POW. We've got to pull this prompt apart. In one paragraph, please compare, contrast, and evaluate the different points of view found within the painting American Progress. In this paragraph, you will analyze how Americans and Native Americans would feel about the ideas represented about Manifest Destiny and the painting, okay? Please use your definition of Manifest Destiny, okay, we know that, from your notes, and the quote as from John O'Sullivan as the typical American view. Yes, sir. Okay, we can get you one, but basically, we wrote it yesterday, but if you need the definition of Manifest Destiny, that's a good point. You can go to 352 in your book, and that's the direct quote. Let's talk about this just a little bit before we get into it, okay? So it says compare, contrast, and evaluate. let's talk about what each one of those terms means. So if we have a compare and contrast paper, what does compare mean? Mr. Lackey?
On the same.
How they're the same, okay? Contrast, what's contrast mean, guys?
Are you
Different, okay? And evaluate, what's evaluate mean?
Just
Look over.
overall.
Overall, this is like,
Summarize.
okay, this is like your point of view. Summarize, I like that. Summarize or explain what you think. Okay? So, we're gonna do this in a tied fashion. So, the first point you might want, so if we have tied, our pal tied, I'll remind you, T is a topic sentence. What do you do in a topic sentence? What are you gonna do?
Tell about it.
Tell about it or restate?
Take the question.
Yeah. Okay. I is our important evidence. Okay, that's where you're gonna say, this is how they compare, this is how they contrast. And the D, you're gonna give your details, you're gonna explain, okay, details. So, like in our last test, of course we have our end, I told you to give me 3 examples of the hardships found on the Trail of Tears. So let's say one of the first points was the weather. Okay, so you say the weather was bad. So that's the I. And our D, the details, what would be the weather in the Trail of Tears?
Cold.
It was cold, it was December, so it was cold in December. So that's how you're going to give your details, okay? So, one paragraph's what I'm looking for. You can get started on this, okay? If you don't get finished, finish it for homework, bring it in. Good job, okay? Go ahead.